Hoo-yah, Recruiting Nation. This is Rear Admiral Jim Waters, and I just want to say welcome to a special episode of Uncharted Waters. So we've had a change on Uncharted Waters due to a really good reason. Chief Totimeh was selected in the in-service procurement program to be an ensign in the HR community. And he will be off to OCS, Officer Candidate School, and on to great things. And so we're changing the co-host. And so I have Lieutenant Commander Ken Bradley, who's graciously volunteered to join me on Uncharted Waters. And I wanted to take a minute and introduce him to Recruiting Nation. So welcome, Ken.
Thank you, sir. Glad to be here.
Yeah, it's great to have you.
Yes.
Why don't you kind of give Recruiting Nation just a little bit of background about yourself and kind of, who you are.
All right. Ken Bradley, native of Champaign, Illinois. Been in the Navy for 26 years. I actually came in the Navy as a radioman right before they merged with data processors to form the IT rating. I did not like anything about that job. I want to deal more with people. So I'm a people person. So I routed a request kit to cross-rate to yeoman. They granted that. I started, my first tour was on the USS Blue Ridge out in Japan.
Okay.
And I went and did some writing for Admiral Mullen when he was Commander Naval Forces Europe and Joint Force Command in Naples.
A nice light job.
Nice
working for Admiral Mullen.
Yes. Yeah. Admiral Grog Johnson and Harry Ulrich were there too. So
it's good times.
Great times. Left that job and went to Recruit Training Command. So the receiving end of what we do here at Navy recruiting. So the irony is, for a long time, I did not appreciate recruiters. Right. And I think it's just...
what are they sending us?
Why? You knew who you were sending us. And now I'm like, let's get the people in. After that, I went to the USS New Orleans out of San Diego, where I picked up Chief and got selected for the Limited Duty Officer Program as an admin officer. Did my Divo tour on the USS Nimitz out of Washington State. Got SWO qualified. Went to Cyber Defense Operations Command in Suffolk, Virginia. Did my first flag secretary and XO tour at Airland. And that was prior to coming here. And now I serve here as your flag secretary.
Yes.
And the executive officer to Navy Recruiting Command headquarters.
Yeah. So you've got a breadth of experience.
Yes, sir.
Pretty broad responsibility here as the XO for the staff.
Yes, sir.
At the headquarters. Why don't you talk a little bit about your interest in recruiting? How do you connect with recruiters and the mission? What's it mean to you?
Means a lot for two different levels. One is from an XO's perspective, making sure that people are taken care of in the building. There's not a day that I don't go around to pretty much every single space and I check on almost every single person on the staff. How can I support you? What do you need here to make sure you're effectively taken care of? It can be that bench, blowing some air that's too cold. Our working conditions are not, nice. And so I'm jumping down and running down the facilities to make sure people are taken care of. Another way is I know a lot of people in the Navy. And so weekly, I get phone calls out from the fleet from people trying to join the Navy or having hiccups. And I can walk right over to NEPO's office or NOPO's office. And it's very rewarding. Oh, we have a hiccup. I got the person for you. The NCR is right here, right now. Hey, can you talk to this person to help remove obstacles? And so having that connection point to really affect mission really means a lot to me because we really are changing people's lives.
Yeah, that's so important. And you've got some unique things going on, right? You're working on college degrees things, and you've got some side business things going on. Why don't you talk a little bit about that? Because I find that immensely interesting personally, and I think there'll be people out there that kind of vibe with that.
Thank you. And it's one of the reasons why I like to drive around the command and talk to people, because you never know what people are. We put these uniforms on and we have people that live entire lives outside of the Navy. So a little bit about me. I own a record label. I myself am a music artist. I have 5 albums. I'm also a writer working on a screenplay to shoot a film. I've done podcasting before as well. So the arts is what I love. I've done acting, stage plays as well. And then during the daytime, I like to put on my uniform and come support you as much as possible.
Yeah.
But it's creative spaces is where I thrive. And so I love that.
Yeah, you're a true Renaissance man, looking at sort of right side, left side of the brain kind of stuff, which is really, really interesting. And I think will help all of us as we journey together on Uncharted Waters to explore different aspects of recruiting. And you bring sort of unique perspectives, can ask questions that maybe all of us hadn't necessarily thought of. And certainly that sense of working with people helps to, sort of disarm folks in a way that just allows the conversation to be more natural with a bunch of cameras sitting around and a 2-star admiral sitting there talking to them, right?
Right. We're sitting here with an amazing flag officer who came in and, I mean, you want a problem fixed, put a nuke on it, right? And we have all these specialists here and professionals here that are really getting the job done. And I think where I fit in well is I'm just a guy here along for the ride, and we're asking questions and making the language very palatable to not only to Recruiting Nation, but whoever else wants to click that button and chime into the podcast.
Yeah.
And so it brings a lot of relatability, sir.
Yeah. Well, thank you for that. And I am grateful for you volunteering to be part of this. And I think that we have some great opportunities here coming up for getting the word out to recruiters, helping them to better understand what's happening here at the headquarters and across Recruiting Nation, seeing best practices.
Yes, sir.
Some folks that people will hear from soon are our assignment and placement folks who work with the classifiers to determine what jobs people get. We have some time where we'll talk with some of the best Navy Special Operations recruiters in the country.
Nice.
And so I think you'll help me help recruiters understand more out of those. And there'll be a myriad other things that we'll do with Uncharted Waters as we go forward. So
I'm honored to be here. And it's not a lot of times where you have someone leading at this level that is really opening up a can of worms, being very transparent about processes, and showing how we're trying to remove barriers so they could do their jobs and have a sense of fulfillment. So
yeah, thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. And really, if there are, things that aren't going well, those are also things that we can talk about, like how are we working on that? So I look forward to those kind of conversations as well.
Yes, sir.
So Ken, thanks for joining. Thanks for being a part of the team.
Yes, sir.
And for Recruiting Nation, thanks for signing in and meeting the new co-host. So with that, I'll sign off and look forward to seeing you on the next episode of Uncharted Waters.